Okay. So... Let me adjust a few things with... Okay, that's a little bit better. Okay. So... classic Minecraft song. Okay, so just kind of introduce the stream. Today we're going to go ahead and be playing some general, I say Skycraft or Sky Factory. So yeah, just please enjoy. And if you have any questions or just kind of topics, throw them in chat. I'm just gonna kind of play this, kind of mess around, and then and after this, I'm gonna try and figure out how to edit videos. So, you know, it's trying to be starting the new things there. Oh, pulling up chat is the worst thing. Let's adjust that music. 40 and then music go down to 69. Nice. That's still a bit much. About a 50. Okay. It is too much still. Music is loud. Okay, so let's try. So I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is going to play a little bit of this Minecraft, and then after a little bit, I'm probably going to switch over to a different game. I'm not quite sure just what yet, so I'll probably take a little break, and then come back to the new game. So, trying to think of some, trying to think of certain topics to kind of talk about. And one thing I'm going to go ahead and do real quick is my monitoring on this because I do not need to hear myself. Let's go ahead and go here and monitor off. Awesome. Okay. So back to the game here. So yeah, kind of general think of new topics. You know, I definitely think that we can try to find new things to kind of discuss, think about. You know, could figure it out. All right. So from there, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and plant the dirt sapling. What can I? Oh, it does. I can eat this. No. Dirty resin. Okay. Let's go to the advancement book. Okay. So. Okay, as food source raw or cooked in the furnace. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, so the deal with the airplane food, I think it is. I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and play a little bit of this music here. And I just that. There we go. Much better. Oh. Okay, back to Minecraft here. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know what the deal is with airplane food. My lovely fiance. Also, of course, the dirt sandwich. Okay. Air fryer. I'm playing a Tinker's construct during our drawing rack. It's just a stick. It's just a stick. Coffee. 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 Gotta wait for this to grow. Oh. Hey, there we go. Air fryer some Minecraft nuggies. Yes, I'm gonna go ahead and they gotta be dino nuggies though. They can't be anything else but dino nuggies. Oh, I gotta love YouTube and its ads. Might need to invest in that Premium Plus. Get no ads. Place that down. Grab that. That acorn. Okay. I don't think I need a chest at this point. What would be something I can create? I don't. I got no clue. Don't give me nothing here. Oh, maybe why. Hey, there we go. Okay, that's what it was. Okay, so let's do a seal. What did it say that I should build next? Air fryer. Obtain Tinker's Construct drying rack. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna. Is it like more slabs? Hey, that's what that would be. Dry rack, which I don't got any space. Dirty resin? Nope. I need to build up a little bit of a wall here. Okay. And then do this. There we go. There we go. All right. Grow tree. So, it's been a while since I played this mod pack. This is, I think I played version 2 when it came out. So I'm sure it's a lot of things are different. But yeah. Fiance of mine, what are good topics I should talk about? What should I talk about? I can talk about the political climate of Rome. Yo mama. Hey. Your mama. Enough to, I do. I'm gonna make an axe. Speed up this process a little bit. Oh God. Add after add after add. Something funny. Your mama. That'd be something funny. Okay. Alright, so I got that done. So I need, what would be a good thing? Craft a petrified sapling. How do I do that? Acquire a dirt sapling to grow my dirt trees. Cooking acorn furnace. Well, I can't make a furnace until I get cobblestone, which requires me to get wood and, or not wood, water and lava. So let's figure out craft a petrified sapling. So petrified wood. Petrified sapling. Petrified acorn. Okay. Ooh. Okay. I see. Let's go ahead and just make 2 more of these. Alright, let's go ahead and light that up so I would know. let that do that, and torque for the tree because it will make it grow faster. There we go. This music is bopping. Yeah, I'm checking it for you. I think one of the things I definitely want to, I mean, of course, I already kind of said last night about streaming, other than that consistent schedule, is maybe think of topics to talk about on stream. You know, trying to do the whole entertainment via just the game, especially in like this kind of setting, can be, unless you have people around you with you. But, okay, let's grab those. Get those started, because you know the game, I mean Minecraft is not say boring, but it definitely can take a little while for it to get interesting, especially in this kind of mod pack. I was trying to get another mod pack actually, it wouldn't allow me to do it. My system just can't handle it. That one might have been a lot more interesting because there's a lot of things with that on that one, because it literally has all the mods pretty much available. But no, you know, this was one more. Oh, this is a pretty fun mod pack, regardless. And then, how many of those do I need? I need at least quite a few more. So. Tree for it. It'll fall for itself. Let's just get a crap ton of these planks here. I want to go ahead and expand the base quite a bit. Wish I could do it a little bit quicker, but I don't got the tool for that just yet. I got builders. Oh, actually. Never mind. I definitely do not have that. Crushing station 1. Okay, so I got thermal foundation in here. Got quite a few things up in here. Can't explain too much because I don't have the ability to make torches just yet, and mobs will start spawning on here if I do go too far out from the torch. So let's just see from center here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3. Let's go do 2 more out this way. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, technically this one's one more out than this one, but yeah, whatever. Alright, let's toss these up for a second. Okay, let's make a petrified sapling. There we go. There we go. Get this to grow. No. Reaction videos? Yeah. I mean, TikTok compilations. I think I want to do that maybe whenever I get a video camera. I think it's a little more personal. I say get a camera and get the camera set up. But you know, I would want to be like Jay Schlatt, and people can send me memes, so that I don't have to go dig for my own memes. That would be great. Saves me time and effort. You'll send memes? Okay. That's fine. Send me all the memes you have. Okay. Let's look at the book here. Let's see what's next. Craft a bone sapling. Okay. Craft a dirt block by using dirt acorns and dirt resin. Let me guess. It is either one of two things. Either acorns surrounded by dirt. And I am skipping that as fast as I can. Let's see how we can make dirt. Oh, okay. Let's craft. There we go. And hey, we got more dirt now. Let's go ahead. Let's move this back. Didn't mean to break the sapling. Let's send another one here. And that block is forever gone. Oh well. Let's do one here. Forever gone. I have the torque for all the trees. Book while we wait. I don't have to Torque I can just run. Okay. There we go. Let's expand this though first. Yep. I have no clue what to talk about right now. Either I'm too focusing on the game right now, or I don't know. Maybe I need to play something a little bit more like mainstream right now. I don't know. I mean, this is decent fun, but oh, I can't break anything now. Oh, let me break this. Is there an end? Oh, it sure is. I was wondering. Okay. Here, I'm going to change the scene real quick and see if that will. Okay, I don't think it's transitioning at all, but it's fine. Let me go ahead. Everybody just, you can ignore everything here. I am just gonna pull up Steam real quick and try and see if I can find the game I am talking about. So it's not the Stanley Parable, but it is going to be the same creator of Stanley Parable. I forget which one it was, but if not that, hey, somebody's actually in chat. I don't remember who I don't know if I know this person or not, but welcome. Currently in between playing Minecraft modded or modded Minecraft, and trying to find maybe another game to play. So, and kind of said in the kind of the description of the stream here, this rain is loud as hell. Let me change that real quick. I don't want to hear it right now. Feel free to drop in topics to talk about, and we'll go from there. trying to figure out what kind of game trying to maybe transition to here. Of course, if B-Ram, you have any recommendations, feel free to drop them down in that chat there. I am trying to keep an eye on there just in case if anyone pops in and wants to say hi. Kind of in between, want to transition away from Minecraft for the moment, just because right now currently playing Sky Factory. Can be very boring for a little while, and I don't think anybody wants to watch me chop down trees for the next 2 hours. Okay, let's drop that there. But all right, let's go ahead and let's organize inventory. I don't have the quick inventory man. All right, it's cool. All right. Let's just keep us running around and get some of these trees to grow back again here. All right. Okay. And this thing is completely out of material, so go ahead and chunk that out the fucking world. Alright, let's go ahead and make another axe real quick. Okay. So, what I was trying to say there, and in, trying to think of fucking topics to talk about. You know, yeah, I don't know. At this point, it's kind of more of going to be like a chill stream. Kind of just play around and kind of BS around a little bit. Okay, so let's plant these trees back up in here. Hashtag team trees, hashtag Mr. Beast, hashtag popular, hashtag giveaway, hashtag everything, all for the views. Alright, let's drop those. Well, I'm letting those trees grow real quick. I'm going to try to see if I can find a game real quick. And then if y'all have any recommendations, let me know. Try to find something that's a little more enjoyable to watch, maybe more of a reaction type base. Kind of a little bit new to streaming here, so bear with me through technical difficulties. All right, let's see. Could play Dredge. That probably might be decent. I'm gonna step away real quick. I'm gonna go grab something to drink. I'll be right back. am back. Sorry about that. Need to get a drink and a charger for my cell phone. And find out. All right. All set back up here. All right, back to this here. Okay, tree grew while I was gone. Awesome. Let's go ahead and chop that down real quick. All right, so, yep. Playing some Minecraft, listening to some good old copyright-free music. Always nice to have that because don't want to violate terms of service and get shut down within 2 seconds because YouTube algorithm. Gotta love it. Okay. That quickly. Awesome. Alright, I think we'll go ahead and play Minecraft for maybe about another 30 minutes to an hour. And then after that, I'm definitely going to go ahead and switch off to something else a little bit. I'm tempted to do maybe not Stanley Parable, but there's another game by that creator. That's pretty good. And of course, if there's any kind of questions you guys have in the chat there, feel free to post them. Kind of more of an open book over here. So. Let's actually get some petrified. Okay. Need to chop this tree down for it to not do that thing. Okay, get this one done too. This. Okay. And this is my 4th time streaming. So still really new at it. Past 3 times. I did one last night with a friend. That was pretty good. Kind of discussed kind of a few topics, things I do for a living, things I like, and kind of go from there. But let me, as an nope, okay, awesome. Kind of discussing life a little bit. And then this stream, mostly just going to be focusing on you know, different topics, you know. But if, you know, discussions of like, you know, hey, you know, interest that pop up, I'm more than down for it. I'm a nerd at heart, so I normally focus on a lot of nerd things, so I'm definitely not one to be like, oh, hey, you watched that last game of football? Yeah, no, don't ask me about that, unfortunately. I wouldn't be able to tell you. But, you know, anything else that can compare us to gaming, Dungeons & Dragons, Star Wars, Harry Potter, a little bit of Star Trek, not fully in there, but a little bit. But before this, I even played a whole bunch of Baldur's Gate 3, which is an awesome game. I kind of played it enough where I'm kind of done with it at the moment, but wouldn't mind playing it again for stream. Yeah, like something to talk about like last night. I was talking about, you know, with streaming here, trying to figure out, you know, who I would want to emulate as a streamer if I was to be a streamer. I talked about a lot about like Ludwig Ogren, talked about like Jay Schlatt, Slimesicle, which is just a friend of Ludwig there. You know, kind of general, just, you know, being a streamer. Maybe not for me, just content, but just, you know, A, for fun, and B, just kind of, you know, making an environment for people to kind of hang out, discuss, you know, just joke around. I think that's kind of the best thing you can do for streaming, because I think it should just be like an outlet for people to have fun and relax. I don't think it should be stressful. I don't think somebody watching should have a meltdown because of some, you know, off-topic things going on. It's just, that's just kind of stupid in my mind a little bit, but here nor there. Banger. Okay, awesome. I like coffee. All right. And one of the things also I talked about was why I'm streaming on YouTube last night with the current climate of Twitch at the moment. I thought it was in the best interest of myself, just doing for fun and just in general for performance based to do it on YouTube. I think YouTube is kind of getting better about the streaming aspect of it. Of course, some of the big streamers have already moved to YouTube just because of the convenience factor, and then of course the money. Of course, that's on the side note there. I definitely think YouTube is going to be the next big thing for streaming, you know, and you know, Twitch still definitely has a place, being that it was one of, if not the first, for a streaming kind of platform. But let's get these trees going. Oh, there we go. All right, let's go ahead and figure out what I need to do next. And this, I feel like I got a pretty good amount of, what can I do with this? Petrified resin. Gravel. What can I do with petrified resin? Oh, I can make cobblestone this way. Awesome. But I need a whole bunch. Okay. All right, let's just focus on doing petrified at this point. We got plenty of dirt going around here. Let's go ahead and make another axe real quick. Let's actually go ahead and make two. And ads are my bane of the existence, for sure. Let's go ahead and go back to Minecraft here. And kind of repeating topics from last night, talked about splitting time between doing this and studying. Currently, I'm studying for my CCNA, which is Cisco Network certification. As my personal life, I do IT, so that's where I make the money to stay living. But been working on that for a little while. So that's mostly be taking my focus, other than just general life things. But with that being said, I definitely been wanting to do streaming for quite a while now, for at least the past like 3 to 4 years, and finally just kind of made the effort to do it more often, and actually do it. So hopefully throughout the time the streams will get better. Actually soon going to be adding in a video camera. I already have the camera for a while now, but I just need to figure out how to set it up, being that it's just this general DSLR camera. It can be a little bit challenging on figuring the software end of it, and so that's what I'm trying to figure out. But again, that will come with time. And another thing would be the editing videos. To me, it definitely is a process, and even I've heard from the best that it takes time. So I'll eventually get better about that. But knock these down. Let's go ahead and put those dry racks back up a little bit. I think I'm going to need quite a bit of them. I need a general box. Need 2 more. Weird if it was in the corners, or if it was like this. Perfect. Almost got enough to make a furnace. So we're getting there. Just gotta wait for a little few more. Can I just leave these in here? I cannot. Alright. Let those trees grow. Just gotta wait a few minutes, and then I will build a furnace. There we go. There we go. Let's get this, and then let's actually there we go. Furnace time. Let's go ahead and I'll set it there for now. I'll have the slabs use it for itself there. There we go. Make some torches, and then from there, while we're waiting for that, bone sapling. I'm gonna go ahead and bet I need bones for that one. Yeah, bone meal. Which, how do I get bone meal? You know, a cauldron with gravel. Okay, grindstone. So bonsai tree. Oh, that's a big tree there. Squeezer. Still need to get bum. Or a crushing tub. How do I make a crushing tub then? Another and I'm just gonna go ahead and skip on that. And then we'll make a crushing tub real quick. So we'll just place this right here. And I need to make dirt. So let's go ahead and make this a little bit easier for myself here. And then make dirt. Okay, so I've got bone tree. Okay, I have just enough. Awesome, and I just need to do this. Okay. Okay. Let that go. Okay. Let's get all this stuff in order real quick. Okay. Bone resin. Awesome. Nice. I don't think I got one bone sapling. Alright, so I got that, but alright, so All right, let's keep going. Poor Motion Gold over that. Interesting. Go. Okay, we're back down to just one person. That's all right. That's all good. That's all good. Might change games here in a few minutes. Or in between that, let's see if we can find another game. What would be a good option? Possibly Long Dark might be pretty good. Pretty good. Let's see. Let's cut that off real quick. All right, let's see what games we have for options here. We could play Stray. That might not be too bad. Long Dark's not bad. The options. Let's go back to Minecraft for just a few more moments and I'll try to see if I can find something. Trying to see if I can find a game here. Okay. Yep, beginning guys don't sound bad. Beginning guys not too bad. I might just go ahead and let's go ahead and do it. Why not? So we're about to go ahead and move over to what is going to be called, well, it's not called, it is named this. It's the Beginner's Guide. Same guy who created Stanley Parable. One of those games that I've been wanting to play for a while now. And just haven't really tried it yet. So give me one moment while I get it. All done up. Okay. All right, give me 1 second. I'm gonna take a quick break, so give me 2 moments.
Welcome to the future of music creation. Soundtrack. Elevate your sound with bi-weekly sound pack releases featuring trends from drill to reggaeton.
Pack contains 300 loops, 135 different one-shots, and 80 instruments. It's an insane pack for producers.
Soundtrack is the ultimate online music studio crafted by and for music producers. Unleash creativity with real
Okay. And I am back. Let's go ahead and stop that music there. Go back to Minecraft for 2 seconds. And while I go ahead and finish getting this all done up and ready in the background. Okay. Okay. Let me go ahead and go to Steam real quick. And get that going. It shouldn't take too long. That should just be a few minutes. So while that's downloading, we'll continue to play Minecraft. And then we'll switch over once it is done. And I'll go ahead and adjust everything on the stream there as well. More likely just going to play that for the rest of the evening. And then from there, we'll go from at that point. Okay. Toss that off the ledge. Okay. Hey, that one's done. And we should be playing here in 2 seconds. All right, so I'll go ahead and wrap up and quit to tile on this one. And then from here, we'll go ahead and move over to the beginner's guide. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and we'll quit the game here, and then let me adjust a few things real quick. I can't spell beginners to save my life. Okay, so on this one, we'll go to some general pictures. And you guys can see me trying to actually do stuff here. So, yeah, it's great time. It's great times. Did it not save? Let's go back to this. Say it again. Yeah, no, it's there. It's there. It's there. Yes, replace it. It is perfectly fine. Go ahead and oh, it's not an image. I'm just going to take this photo real quick because, well, I am a small streamer. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and play the beginner's guide. Okay. Might just turn down this volume just a little bit. Okay. Full screen. Yep, everything looks perfect to me. Let's begin the game. Okay, WASD. Okay.
Hi there. Thank you very much for playing the Beginner's Guide. My name is Davey Reedon. I wrote The Stanley Parable, And while that game tells a pretty absurd story, today I'm going to tell you about a series of events that happened between 2008 and 2011. We're going to look at the games made by a friend of mine named Coda. Now, these games mean a lot to me. I met Coda in early 2009 at a time when I was really struggling with some personal stuff, and his work pointed me in a very powerful direction. I found it to be a good reference point for the kinds of creative works that I wanted to make. So just to start you off, this is, I think, the first game he ever made. It's a level for Counter-Strike. You can walk around here, by the way. And mostly it's just Coda learning the basics of building a 3D environment. But what I like is that even though he starts from the simple aesthetic of a desert town, he then scatters these colorful abstract blobs and impossible floating crates around the level. And of course, it destroys the illusion that this actually is a desert town, and instead this level becomes a kind of calling card from its creator. It's like a reminder that this video game was constructed by a real person. And it kind of makes you wonder, what was going through his head as he was building this? This is what I like about all of Coda's games. I mean, not that they're all fascinating as games, but that they are all going to give us access to their creator. I want us to see past the games themselves. I want to get to know who this human being really is. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. So, it's 2008, Coda starts making these games, and he never releases any of them. He doesn't put them onto the internet, he just makes them and then immediately abandons them, and they sit on his computer forever. And I think he really understood this image of himself as a recluse. At one point, he jokingly renamed his computer's recycling bin to Important Games Folder. So, you know, this was just how he worked. He tended to crank them out one after the other without even really pausing to try to understand what he had just made, until suddenly one day, he just stopped. In 2011, that was it. He made his last game, and then he hasn't made another one since. And that's why I've taken this opportunity to gather all of his work together, is because I find his games powerful and interesting, and I'd like this collection to reach him, to maybe encourage him to start creating again. And if the people like you who play this also happen to find his work interesting, then I'm sure it'll just send that much stronger of a message of encouragement to Coda. So thanks for joining me on this. If you have a particular interpretation that I haven't mentioned here, or if you just need to get in touch, you can email me at daveywreden@gmail.com. Okay, that's about it for introduction. Let's take a look at Coda's first proper game. As each game is loading, I'll show you the date that it was completed. This first one was made in November 2008.
All right. So, ooh, this actually pretty nice. Oh, okay. Okay.
This game is called Escape from Whisper, and it's one of the more generic games you'll see from Coda.
We're going orange red. Ooh. Nope. Go down this way.
You can click.
Warning,
to fire the
Whisper
gun.
machine. Oh. Whisper machine's inactive. Evacuate immediately. Okay. We're gonna run my ass out of here.
Security code breached. Hostile alien life force inbound.
Okay.
It kind of looks like this game was abandoned mid-development. For instance, you have this gun, which you'd think would indicate that there are supposed to be monsters or enemies somewhere, but then clearly there are no enemies anywhere. You can't even reload the gun when you run out of bullets. But ultimately we don't really know. Maybe Coda thought that actually it was complete the way that it is. And I think that we should talk about his games for what they are, rather than for what they're not.
Enemy force neutralized. Begin shield evacuation.
I love how you can see the bottom of the universe from this room.
Oh, he's right there. So I'm gonna go. Oh, that's cool.
Apparently the space station has a labyrinth on it. Sure, I don't know. There's really no reason for it that I've ever been able to discern, so in the interest of time, I'm just gonna skip you on past it.
Oh. But what if I want to go back?
Or if you'd really like to solve the labyrinth, you're welcome to do that too. Okay, this is the part that's interesting. The game has this narrative about the Whisper Machine and how it has to be turned off, and then you get to the engine room.
Hey, you there, in the engine room. You could save us all. That beam is powering the Whisper Machine. We could disrupt it by introducing a great enough heat signature. If your body could stop the beam. It's so much to ask, but for all of our lives, would you do it? Could you give yourself?
Sacrifice my life and save a whole bunch of people that I have not met or know. Let me ponder on this one. Can I leave?
This is not a branching point, unfortunately. The only option is to step into the beam.
Nah, I'm gonna wait a little bit longer. Yo. I can wait it out, man. I got a long life to come. All right, I'll trust him.
Let me pause here for a second. What you just experienced, stepping into the beam and then dying, is probably what Coda had initially intended when he was developing this level. But when he first compiles and plays it, something goes wrong. There's a bug somewhere. And this is what happens instead. The beam causes you to start floating. And this is an important moment for him. Because yes, this is technically a glitch, but Coda identifies something human about it. Like how small it makes you feel in the face of this larger chaotic system. Or this floating could be the afterlife, a peaceful place, juxtaposed against all of the hysteria that you've just had to traverse. I don't even know. I have no idea what he was thinking, but what's clear is that after making this, something lodges itself in his brain. He wants to do more of these really weird and experimental designs. So he stops work on this and moves on to a stream of tiny little games that go in all sorts of directions. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first game he made after leaving this one behind.
Okay.
Yep, in this game you can
Huh.
only walk backwards.
Pass what's behind me.
So it's a short and relatively minimalist experiment combining motion and narrative. It is less advanced than the previous game, but actually it seems to be more focused, more complete. Coda's trying to give it a unique voice rather than simply basing it on a pre-existing trope.
So far, interesting game. Friday.
It's a short little thought, it says what it wants to say, and then it ends. Didn't need anything more than that. Which to me is why it works, because it gets out quick. Okay, next one. And that's it. Okay, the meaning of this game won't be clear just yet. Please be patient with me for a few more games, and I promise you'll see what makes it interesting.
Maybe Duke, you can't move in
Oftentimes,
your other
Coda would
direction.
put bizarre titles like this one at the start of his games.
Maybe it's because you can't.
I wish
you
I'd
can only
known him
walk
at the time that
forward.
he was making these early games. He would really only talk to me about his work as he was making it. Once he stopped work on a game, like, that was it. It was dead to him. And I don't agree with that at all, but what are you gonna do?
Oh God, moving so slow.
Once you've been slowed to an absolute crawl, the door at the top of the stairs opens. So why, if Coda's not showing these games to anyone, why bother opening the door at all? Well, to show you, I'm modifying the game here so that when you press enter, it'll bring you back up to full speed so you can enter the door for yourself.
Okay. The game is nothing but giant blocks or text explaining what's happening. A series of lavish
A room
manuals
that's
to come.
warm and nice and filled with little ideas
Is
for
the
games.
queen dusting your jewelry when your kingdom is destroyed. Play as the camera filling. an
Coda would often
advertisement.
tell me that he didn't mind if
Let's
people
have
thought of
fun,
him
whatever you
as
like.
cold or distant. He
Your
said that
enemies'
he knew
emails
he
turn
was
on how to
actually
beat
a
them.
vibrant and compassionate
Pursuit,
person,
surrender.
but that it takes time to really see that. It can be a very
Sharks are
slow
trying to
climb
eat
to
you
get there.
simultaneously. You're trying to eat the sharks. Game where you collect items, except the game automatically quits when you collect them all.
Well, this is new for Coda. It's an actual puzzle. Go ahead and see if you can solve it. Don't forget that solution, because we're going to see this puzzle again soon. We're gonna see it a lot.
Repeating puzzles, you say?
So that seems to be it, right? You walk down a corridor, you solve a puzzle, you get to the end. Simple enough. Alright, now I'm going to modify the game again so that when you press enter, it'll remove all of the walls from this room.
Let me guess. It's gonna be over this corner. There's stuff that way. Is
How about that? There was more to it than we had any way of knowing. I actually find it funny that this game comes after the Stairs game, since they essentially convey the opposite idea. So, in the Stairs game, a dull exterior concealed a rich interior. And then, in this level, a dull interior hides this fantastic outer world. Either way, I think that the point is the same, is that most of the time you don't get to know what you're missing, or even that you're missing anything. That's not your role as a player. So if your role here is not to understand, then what is it?
back to this game. Huh. Yeah, exiting. Okay. You are now exiting.
Aha. So, this, combined with the entering game from earlier, tells us that Coda believes his games are connected somehow. It could even be that the Stairs game and the puzzle game are literally connected in between this and the entering game. There's a bigger picture that all of his games are meant to play a role in, some larger meaning that we won't be able to grasp until we've seen all of them. And once we have, we can step back and start to understand what exactly that bigger picture is.
Great and lovely descent. All right.
Let's talk about video game development for a second. Every video game runs on what's called an engine, which determines what the game can and cannot do. So in other words, the engine is a set of tools for game development.
Okay.
To make all of these games, Coda is using an engine called Source. Like all engines, Source has certain things that it does well, and it has certain things that it does poorly. One of the things that it does very well is boxy linear corridors. That's why so many of Coda's games are set in these large, flat, empty rooms, is just because he's working with what the engine does well. The tools available to the creator shape what kinds of creative work they're going to end up making. You might consider paying attention to the architecture in Coda's games to notice how they seem to stem from an engine that's very good at producing linear, boxy corridors.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. So I'm cattle now in this? Oh god.
This prison, funny enough, in Coda's original design, the doors stayed shut for a full hour before letting you go. If you don't mind, I think we're gonna skip that. This is something that he and I used to argue about a lot. You know, whether a game ought to actually be playable, whether it means anything if no one can get through it. And I would always defend that, you know, all this work goes into the game, why not make it playable and accessible? And so we just got into heated arguments over it, and there was one time that after one of these conversations, he went home, and a day or two later, he sent me a zip file entitled Playable Games that was full of hundreds of individual games, each of which was just an empty box that you walked around in and nothing else. Believe me, I played every single one of those just to find out if there was like a gag hidden somewhere. There wasn't.
All right. Very interesting so far. And does help that get a little more commentary from the game is great. Oh, this puzzle
It's
again.
the puzzle again, with the exact same solution as the last time. There's still no clear indication of what makes this puzzle so special that Coda is going to return to it over and over. But I promise I'll share with you my interpretation very shortly.
Okay. Listen. You there? Did you come
Here, Coda
from
begins using a
above?
kind of dialogue
What's
system
up
that he
there?
fashioned out of the engine's chat
Yes, there was a
interface.
world stained
Use
with
the 1, 2, 3
whiteness.
buttons on
Yes,
your
there was an
keyboard to
enormous
respond.
prison I spent hours in. Yes, there was these floating colored blocks. Did you have to get through a puzzle with 2 doors and switches? Yeah, I sure did. Again, perfect. Now please tell us how you solve it. Tell us the solution. Intense solace, I'm not slightly in. Let's go live with that. You have learned nothing. You cannot help us escape this prison. Wow. Did me dirty like that. No, I've been here a long time. No. Yep. What happens if I solve it? There's no other chance to solve it soon. Okay.
And so we
getting
make
darker.
one last descent down to the final floor of the level.
Alright. Oh.
It's a lamppost. Okay, I can't tell you quite why, but for some reason Coda fixates on this lamppost. It's going to appear at the end of every single one of his games from here on out. I'll tell you what I think. I think that up to this point, you know, he's been making really strange and abstract games with no clear purpose, and maybe you can only float around in that headspace for so long. Because now he wants something to hold on to. He wants a reference point. He wants the work to be leading to something. He wants a destination, which is what this lamppost is. It's a destination. We're going to see it in the work as well. His games are just going to become a lot more cohesive, a lot more fully developed, with more of a clear idea behind them. And as we go, that
Yeah,
idea
there.
will get clearer and clearer and clearer.
Alright then. Well. Okay, I can leave notes in the game. That's awesome. Fix my headset real quick. Do this. Throw my hat on real quick. All right, let's continue. Oop. Nice room, not fucking asshole. Let me kick you down the staircase.
So first off, I'm sure you can deduce this, but this game is not connected to the internet. All of the notes that you're gonna see have been written by Coda. This was actually the first game of his that I ever played. This was shortly after I met him at a weekend game jam in Sacramento, where I grew up. I saw him working on this very level, and it was just so different from anything that anyone else was doing. So right away I was like, I have
Whoa.
to be friends with this person.
Holy shit.
In retrospect, I think I was probably a bit too pushy, trying to get his attention. I was over enthusiastic. But he was very gracious about it
Hello.
and very patient with me. And I cooled
Reasonable.
off eventually.
Everyone,
Oh,
read
feel
this.
free to skip over any of these notes if they're not doing anything
This
for
place
you.
makes me
Nothing
sad.
extra is going to happen if you read all of them.
Hey.
Either way, to me they convey a sense of loneliness. I see this person who's filled with
I would
thoughts
tell you a secret once
and
upon a
feelings
did.
and beliefs, and has no way to
Kinda
express
fun.
them except as
Balls.
scattered and unheard voices in a game that wasn't meant to be
How is
played.
this? How is there wood and grass and concrete here? What the fuck?
But it's ironic, isn't it,
Bruh.
that in playing this game and seeing how alone
Saw
Coda
a flying
often felt,
penguin. Let me tell you,
that we
it was the
get to
most
know him
majestic thing I've ever
and
seen.
actually kind of connect with
I
him.
don't feel like I'm living
And I have to be
because
honest
nothing
with
will
you,
ever be
this
majestic
idea
as
is
what I
really
saw that I never
seductive
be able to see again. And
that I
if
could
anything
just
will ever be that beautiful again.
play
I'm crying
someone's
now.
game and
I'm planning
see
on
the
ripping
voices in
my
their
eyes
head
out.
and
I
get
must
to
go
know them
now
better
to do
and
that.
have to do less of the messy in-person
Oh.
socializing. I I could just get to know you through your work. I think this is why I always liked Kota's games so much, is because it felt like they
Good
let
here.
me have that connection. I
This
felt
game
as
is
though
nice.
he was
Very good.
inviting me personally into his world.
Do you feel like a hero yet? I do not.
And then I feel less lonely too.
In a world of notes, one man will read all of them this summer. You'll believe in a world of notes, one man will read all of them this summer. You will believe blue speech bubbles can talk. I already believe blue speech bubbles can talk, but there are too many messages in this area. Why? Hey, I can type here. I can also type. Girl, there's too much wrong. Let me do literally anything other than playing this. Debbie Downer here. We're running out of space soon. We will suffocate. Cool cavern, bro. So, oh, there's one up there. I am the king of the world. What the shit is this cavern? It's pretty cool. Boring. I don't know. I can assure you, guarantee that there is an acorn somewhere here in this place, and the sailors are looking for it. Hey guys, just looking for someone to talk to with. Butt ass butt. I need to go to the freaking bathroom. Recognize me, please. 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 Attention, please. There's nothing here. Go back. Don't listen to that guy. I wasn't planning to. Alright. A free t-shirt. Oh, so many. Need other side door. Why so? What? Need other side door. Why you so? Door. How open? Open sesame. Make games include doors. Cannot open door. Thanks. A free t-shirt. The door does not open. Sometime I'll meet the person who made this. I mean, I probably won't, but you know, hopefully I could. I help people because of the internal good feeling I get. Oh my god. New room. You hear the chimes, they keep going, don't they? They're to be desired. I agree. I agree. It's not very crowded here. Be judged. We can leave notes and say I once poet. Don't bother. You can go in here, I think. Well, congratulations. I don't really know where to go with this. This is where I get off, okay? If there are anything here, I am compelled. Stop, turn back. Proceeding further will only result in misery. Take my hand, let's jump together, okay? Cabbage shapes are nations, yep. What is that painting? It's a very odd painting. Very good game. Good game. I think this is not going anywhere. I need someone to talk to. I also need someone to talk to, you know? Like, if chat would want to talk a little bit, you know, feel free to. I'm keeping an eye on it, so anybody wants to talk, you know, I'll make conversation. Next time I will do better. Oh, I sure will. This is a note. Don't listen to the other notes. Well, I'm already kind of listened to all of them so far. I'm not safe, okay? walking down there. No, it won't come back. Okay. Oh. Devil Tower Star. Yep. Devil Tower Star. That's the second time. Doesn't mean anything. Suck to your other people. Where are all of you? We will all die someday. Well done, all of you. Painting, what does it mean? What does it mean? Stop faking it. Yeah. Art. It is very much art. Probably from up here it just looks like dots. It does. I still does think it looks like dots on the back too as well, but okay. Kevin Chase Our Nation. I've seen that twice now. He was himself the most horrible creature he could imagine. Just being himself. Well, I'm here now. We're all here now. There must be a reason for it, though. Okay. I beat the game. Ah!
At the end of this level, we're going to see the puzzle again. And here, I'll tell you what I think the puzzle means. Each of these games represents an idea that was on Coda's mind at the time that he was making it. And the puzzle is a way of closing the door on a previous chapter of his life before moving on to the next one.
The whispers in the dark. Downward.
In
Keep
each of his
digging.
games, after exploring a theme that, he might find difficult, Coda can then place this puzzle that he knows has a reliable solution, he understands exactly how it works, and so it gives him a simple mechanism for moving on. And because there's this dark area between the doors, a space between spaces, before you move on, you get to pause. Just for a moment, a few seconds to reflect on and let go of the events that led you here. To step back and connect the pieces together. To grasp at that elusive bigger picture.
The whispers are freaking me out just a little bit. A little freaky. A little bit freaky.
Okay, this one is
Stars
tough.
died too.
It's gonna
Okay.
kinda just spin its own wheels for a few minutes. Hang with it. See, like, this is it. The whole game. And there's nothing that's particularly interesting about it. You just walk to the end of a hallway. Except, for some reason, Coda gets really fixated on this prison that has all of this modern furniture. And I don't know why, but he decides he needs to revisit this prison. He's gonna start over, use the same assets, turn it into something else. Okay, cool. Here's version 2.
I'm pretty sure ought to be going in the center of the room. Let's put a hole in the ground. Washing machine. Let's do some skylights. Okay.
There's a bit more to this one, but still, it's not really communicating anything. It's kind of just weird for weirdness' sake. So, okay, he throws it out and starts over. This time he comes at the prison idea from a different direction.
Okay. Teach me how to escape prison. First, click on this table. Awesome. Good. If I click internet. Okay. Other side of the sofa. The left side. Finally check the shelves. Okay. Why am I going to take him back to my prison for?
And of course, now the table is gone and you can't begin the chain of events to escape. Here's a version where there are no bars, but you can't actually get to the well. And then a version where the inside of the prison is the outside and the outside is the inside. Let me just blink you real quick through a few more of these. I mean, he really unloaded on this prison idea. There's nearly a dozen. Personally, I think it's awful to watch this. To see a person basically unraveling through their work. And for what? Like, at what point do you just go, maybe there are game ideas other than this prison that I could be working on? But Coda doesn't have that voice telling you to stop. That particular mechanism of defense against yourself. Without it, you just spiral. And so he keeps going and going and going and going and going. And then he hits on something. And he likes it. And that's it. He's done. He stops making prisons. This is the very last version of the prison game that he created. And the reason I think it works is that the prison is not actually in it.
Interesting.
It's a conversation. And so this is what Coda wants, is to be able to talk to someone, to share what's on his mind, and to get some good advice from someone who knows. But the irony is that even in this scenario, you're still talking to yourself. You know, all of these games so far are Coda talking to himself.
Okay, what should we choose?
I can see why he considers this a fitting conclusion to the prison games. After all of the obsession and frustration, just to be told by someone you can trust that things are going to be okay. Wouldn't that be nice?
It would be very nice.
So what would it look like if Coda wanted to make a game about talking to someone other than himself? To me, this environment is meant to represent Coda's puzzle, with the two doors on either side and a dark transitional space between.
Well, my goodness. I'm glad as all heck that you showed up. Thought I might be cleaning the entire house all by myself, and right miserable that would have been. Everyone knows lonesome hands make lousy
You'll
homes.
notice that the quality of the art is a step up from previous games, including this new and improved chat system, which he started using from this point on. From here on out, he begins putting much more effort into the visual polish of his work, and this particular game took 2 months to create as a result.
Do you enjoy being a house cleaner? I'm working kind of feel calm, the rest of the pit of my rib cage. My soul just can't be soothed any other way, it seems, which I guess is all but that matters. Oh, that and a tidy couch would strain the pillows and sofa out here. Oh, looks like somebody spilled a drink all over the couch. Maybe mop up with a drink. Maybe rather I feel compelled to share incredibly cheesy personal insight. You'd be okay with that? Yeah, make it extra cheesy. No? What? Speak your mind. Okay. yeah, I'll put the books up.
After the intense set of prison games, this
What?
house cleaning level almost feels like cleansing. It's the moment after a particularly difficult or traumatic experience where you just need to let it sit and digest inside of you, and eventually cohere into something meaningful.
How do you do it? Darling, let me tell you something. Your house is only as difficult to clean as you are. If you're finding the work hard, maybe you have a bit of housekeeping to do before you come to work. Huh, and here I go with
I know
another
that
lecture, of
Kudo really
course.
liked
I
this
would.
Of all of his work, actually, this was the only one that he called me up to ask me to come over and look at it.
Hmm.
This was during a period of a few months where he was like grossly happy all the time, just walked around with a constant smile on his face.
Don't you worry about all the nonsense for now. Just smooth out the rug in the bedroom. So increasing that one house is that one's house is a lot like one's soul. You take care of it and it takes care of you, okay? Don't know why I felt so weird about saying it. No, it's just I can get, some things people just met, And okay. Anyway, so happy. Let's keep this. Books need to be cleaned up, thanks. Oh, this house gets pretty fucking dirty really quickly, but it's kind of soothing.
I'm glad he made this. I'm glad he found some peace.
See, couch, I got you. Question. Okay, shoot.
But,
Do
of
you
course,
enjoy
it
that?
can't last. The music stops, your companion is gone, it's time to leave. The door at the top of the hill
I
is
wanted
now
this
open
question.
as well. Again, you can't stay in the dark space for too long. You just
What?
can't. You have to keep moving. It's how you stay alive.
What? But I was enjoying that. The ending.
Which is the whole point of the puzzle doors, right? That sooner or later you have to pick up and move. I really thought that was the point of it.
That is interesting.
This one gets
Items
a bit
leave
goofy.
members only. Here today. What is it to improve on your life? Was it to get a better job? Was it to make your relationship more meaningful? No. You came here to become perfect. Perfect. This workshop is going to teach you how to be perfect. I want your friends, the people in your life, to look at you and think, wow, that person is a better human being than I am. Right now, what do you think about that anyway in your life? What do you know doing so well developed as a person that will make you feel disgusted with yourself, compared to whom you feel useless, selfish, ungrateful? I intend to make you into that person. Some Andrew Tate coming up in here. Perfection is within your grasp. And the question is not do we do it, but how do we do it effortlessly? This is easy. It is so easy. It is so
About
easy.
halfway through the game,
Being perfect is
perspective shift.
effortless. Oh.
And you play as the teacher. Suddenly, you discover that your teacher is just as bigoted and afraid as you are. Oh, and also
Only
you
work.
can move around the classroom now.
I told an LA person to start contributing to society. Being alone must be awful. Thank goodness all of you perceive me as being wise and intelligent. Seeking out the only one thing, what is easiest, simplest path forward. Haha, just kidding. What if I'm not a good teacher? Everyone run.
I felt pretty hard for this one.
Perfection.
I feel like it's one of the most relatable experiences that you can have. To assume that some other person is perfect and totally fulfilled in every way, and completely miss all of the little flaws that make them painfully human. I think about this game a lot these days. This one took a lot longer than all the others for Coda to make. It was 4 months between this and the last one. That's twice as long as it took him to make any other game before this, and it's not like it's particularly complex, so I remember I found that a little strange at the time.
Oh God. Oh, I'll be, okay, in the scene you'll be playing as me. We are a gathering of professionals. First, you'll start out learning against this wall. Okay, oh, this wall. I'm leaning, good. Stay right there. The woman across the room in this chair is a professional photographer of animals. And it's your dream to photograph animals professionally. This is one chance to learn something from her, to gain something, to succeed. Go on, say something to her. Where's the restroom? You're deflecting, you're not saying what's actually on your mind. Stop dancing around it and have a conversation with this person. Do it again. I'm fine. Me too, man. Super scary. For some reason, it was just that one moment, but I was confident. Maybe it's just that you need a better feeling of setting. There was a lot of people around us. I'll give you some props to work with. These cones that bounce when you touch them will represent people nearby. Now talk to her again. I bet you learned to lean into the pain. What are some sacrifices you had to make? Prison. Now this
the game
working
ends
as
with
well.
this
So.
eerie premonition of what's going to happen next in Coda's life. The solution to social anxiety, to fears of having to perform and having to chase success, the answer for Coda is to withdraw, to hide himself away. Which is what leads to scenarios like the stairs that slowed you down several games ago, where it just becomes harder and harder to access Coda's inner landscape because he keeps retreating. He just keeps backing away from possible connections to anyone other than himself. And to be honest, I didn't consider it very healthy when I first played this game. You know, it looked to me like he was trying to justify the idea of just disconnecting yourself from the world. And that wasn't what I wanted for him or for his games. Because I feel like a lot of his games are inviting me to connect with this person, to bring him closer. But what can you do? After this, Coda went off and took another 5 months to make a new game.
Morbius Trip. To play this game properly, you must keep your eyes closed. Click to begin the game. Okay. I can't see anything. Can somebody talk to me? Oh god, it's that puzzle again.
You should probably open your eyes if you haven't already. It's pretty much impossible to solve otherwise. And there is a solution, by the way.
Oh god. Alright. Let's go keep going. I don't know what's going on. Alright. Hey, yeah, thanks MPA Asian Artist. Yeah, feel free to subscribe. I'll even return the favor there. Yeah. But yeah, thanks for hopping in here. Just playing a little bit of Beginner's Guide. Yeah. And kind of like I said a little bit right before your message there, feel free to post any kind of questions or topics. You know, open to talk. I'm just going to run. No, that isn't truthful. And the person's gone. What's going on? Let's speak something.
Like I said, I was getting concerned. First off, he's never been this explicit in his work about exactly what he's thinking. So where's that coming from? But then even weirder, his work has potentially stopped being an outlet for him. Not like he's having trouble iterating on ideas, but he literally just can't think of new ideas anymore. And in person, he was being a lot more distant than usual. Like, you know how sometimes a person will just deflect anything that you say in order to keep themselves disconnected all the time? It was that kind of thing. Here was the point in my relationship with Coda where I really started to wonder if he needed my help in some way.
I feel like I'm stuck where I'm at.
His games are going to get more desperate from here on out. After this game, it's almost 6 months before he finishes something new.
What is this? Tranquil. Where did this island come from? Is that a person? How lovely. Oh, where? I am lost.
If the last game featured Coda talking explicitly about his creative frustrations, this one turns it up to 11. Now, put yourself in my shoes playing this. Here's a friend whose work is exhibiting signs of struggle, frustration, anxiety, depression, even. And yet, still, he keeps making games. He keeps throwing himself into the grinder even when he clearly doesn't have the energy for it anymore. Why? What is it for? Because, from my perspective at the time, and just what I knew of him, this was a result of how isolated he was. He was in his own little bubble, just sitting at his computer all day, not really showing these games to anyone, not releasing them onto the internet, and so he didn't have anyone outside of himself to connect with. He had no outlet to ground himself on. You can't talk yourself out of loneliness. It doesn't work that way. You can't be the one writing both the questions and the answers. Then there's no movement. Then there's no circulation. If all of your anxieties are being channeled into your work, then if the work ever fails, you have no backup and you're just going to crash.
There was these
Seeing this
floating
game at
color
the time that he made
drawings.
it looked really unhealthy to me. I was watching him do this to himself, and I hated it. I hated seeing him so trapped. It's like, video games are not worth this amount of suffering. This is someone I really cared about, and I used to get so much joy out of seeing him create. For him to suddenly become angry and frustrated like this, it was the worst thing for me. I don't know. This is what I felt at the time. I don't know how else to explain it. I wanted it to stop more than anything. I had never felt so rotten. I needed more than I had ever needed anything for this to stop. But it didn't stop. After finishing this one,
Interesting.
Coda takes another 7 months and comes up with a new game.
The Machine. It's called Coda.
And of course, it's the machine.
Interesting. Let us pay it reputation. Let us show it that we are not failures. Okay. We will destroy. Oh, we're back here again. With the gun again, too.
Remember, you can click to fire the gun. So now the work is becoming self-destructive. And I'll tell you, at the time that I first played this game, shortly after he made it, here's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm thinking that Code is stuck in his own head, and that it's having a very negative effect on him, and that all he needs to do is just start showing his work to people, to get some actual feedback on his games. It might get him out of isolation. And so, as I'm thinking this, I realize that I could be the one to initiate it. Because it would never occur to Coda to start actively soliciting feedback, so what if I did it for him? If he could see the difference it would make to have more actual conversations with other human beings, would that bring him out of his mental spiral? Would it give him confidence in himself? Would it bring meaning back into his work? So I started showing Coda's work to people. I took this one, and the islands which you just played, the theater, the notes, the house cleaning game, and some of the prison escape games. I brought them to people that I knew and trusted. I asked their opinions. And the great part is that they really loved his games. You know, the point of it all was just to give him some external reference point, but they genuinely loved his work. There was nothing for him to be afraid of.
Put your weapon down. Okay.
Can you see why I felt like this was the right thing to do? Because it's the thing that I always feel like I need, to be told that my work is good, that I am good. When someone really connects with a thing that I've made, when they see themselves purely in my work, there's nothing that feels better. And I got to give that very same feeling to my friend. I did something... I really felt like I'd done something good, like I was a good person. I felt like there was a friend who was in trouble and was unhappy and maybe didn't like themselves, and I could fix it. If I could give him this gift, maybe I could fix the problem. When they told me how much they enjoyed his games, it was the best feeling. It was the absolute best feeling. It made me feel so happy. So beautifully, beautifully happy. So anyway, Coda finishes this game, and then really he just kind of takes off for a while. So this is June of 2011, and I didn't hear anything from him for several weeks, I guess. And so out of nowhere, one day I get an email, and it's got a private link to a new game of Coda's. This one is called The Tower, and to my knowledge, it's the last game that Coda ever made. So let's take a look.
The Tower.
this is where I have trouble saying anything meaningful about Coda's work. Because more than anything else, the tower just feels distant. It feels like it's trying to distance itself from the world. It's a very cold game. This room actually has a maze in it.
Oh god.
Except that all the walls of the maze are invisible. And then every time you touch one of the walls, there's this awful flashing and noise, so the experience is really miserable. The game goes beyond not being meant to be played, it actually seems to despise the player for trying to play it at all. But I do want to show you the rest of the levels, so when you're ready to continue, press enter and I'll put a bridge over the maze. And to be fair, it's not like this is the first game that's needed some modification to be playable. Like the house cleaning game. You know, that one used to actually loop the cleaning chores and you just cleaned a house forever. I had to cut it off so that you could exit the house and the game would actually end. But that game had an idea that it was actually trying to communicate. What's the deeper idea behind the invisible maze? The only way past this challenge is to randomly guess the 6-digit code. Like the invisible maze, it's frustrating to me, because it's the opposite of everything else that Coda has made. It doesn't encourage thought or engagement. It doesn't ask anything of me, except a lot of my time. If I could have reached him during this time, then maybe I could have asked him, but I couldn't. I still don't really understand why this is here. I'll put the code on the ground for you here, though, so that we can move on.
Six, 1, 7.
The switch to open this door is actually on the other side of the door, meaning that it's literally impossible to solve from this side. So even if you somehow brute forced your way through the first 2 challenges, and you got to this point, there's actually just no way to progress. And it's scary for me, the idea of Coda cutting himself off entirely, just saying, you know, that's it, that's the end of the conversation, not giving me any way to fix the problem. I feel like a failure, I guess, when I can't fix the problem. But I can open this door for you, so let me do that. Was I a failure for not understanding this game? I mean, I don't know why I would be. It's not like everything needs to have a solution, but I feel it somehow. I feel like I failed, and I don't understand why. I remember, it's June of 2011. I'm playing this for the very first time, and as I'm playing, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know this person. I have no idea who this person is. It wasn't the guy I knew, it wasn't my friend. I had come to so many conclusions from looking at all of his work up to this point, and then suddenly none of them... I had been trying to, though. That was the thing. For years I was trying to get to know him, to understand who he actually was and what he stood for. I asked him so many times to please just tell me what his games mean to him. I asked him please to tell me what the 3 dots mean. And he wouldn't. I just felt so strongly that if I could have connected with him, that if I could have somehow made his work my own, that I would finally be once and for all happy. It was that I needed to see myself in someone else. needed to be someone other than me. But he stopped and left, and it felt somehow like I had failed. Where did I screw up? I'm the reason that you stopped making games, aren't I? It's because of what I did. I poisoned it for you.
Okay. This game, Uki.
I don't think I ever told you this, but when I took your work and I was showing it to people, it actually felt... it felt as though I were responsible for something important and valuable. And the people who played them, they treated me like I was important. They really listened and cared about what I had to say. Even though I was showing your work, I felt good about myself. Finally, for a moment, while I had that, I liked myself.
Wait a minute, so he's not the one who added the lamppost?
And then you stopped, and I didn't have anything left to show people. I just had to be with myself. And as soon as that happened, there was no feeling at all. Nothing. Less than nothing. What does that mean?
Gosh. So it doesn't make sense to you just yet. Which is fine, you're not my problem to solve. But I do hope that one day it clicks and that you will make peace with the things that you're wrestling.
I'm afraid that I did something really stupid because I don't like myself.
And when you finally see what I'm talking about, don't say anything.
That's why I'm releasing this collection of your work, is because I haven't been able to find any other way to reach you. I've tried everything. And so a part of me has hope that if I put this compilation out into the world, and if I put my name on it, that maybe enough people will play it so that it'll find its way to you, so that I can tell you that I'm sorry. I know I screwed up. If I apologize to you truly and deeply, will you start making games again? Please, I need to feel okay with myself again. And I always felt okay as long as I had your work to see myself in. I mean, is something wrong with me? Because I know that I did an awful thing, and I'm doing it again right now. Like, I'm showing people your work, but I can't stop myself from doing it. That's how badly I need to feel something again, like I'm an addict. There has to be something wrong with me. Can I apologize? What if I tell you I was wrong? Will that work? Will that fix it? I don't know. I don't think it will, but there's nothing else that I can do. Just tell me what you want. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please, start making games again. Please help me. Please give me some of whatever it is that makes you complete. I want whatever that wholeness is that you just summoned out of nothing and you put into your work. You were complete in some way that I never was. And I want to know I want to know how to be a good person. I want to know how not to hate myself. Please. I'm fading, and all I want is to know that I'm going to be okay.
The room's getting smaller. I didn't even realize that. Okay, God. Epilogue.
always more. It's like a disease. Solution. I guess if someone had told me ahead of time that he just really enjoyed making prison games, maybe I wouldn't have thought he was so desperate. I wouldn't have told so many people that he was depressed. Maybe he just likes making prisons.
This is very interesting. I think I'm getting close to the end of
Even
the
now,
game.
the disease is telling me to stop. Don't show people what a shitty person you are. They'll hate you. If I knew that my life depended on finding something to be driven by other than validation, what would that even be? It's strange, but the thought of not being driven by external validation is unthinkable. Like, I actually cannot conceive of what that would be like. What now? I think I need to go. And I'm sorry, because I know that I said that I would be here and I would walk you through this, but I'm starting to feel like I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot that I need to make up for. And so I'm just gonna... Okay.
Hmm. Oh shit. Hmm. Back to where we were at. I think after this, we'll go ahead and, after this game, we'll go ahead and take a break for a little bit. And then after that, I will be back on. More likely, I'm going to try to see if I can probably play some Valorant. Either Valorant or some other type of game. I'm trying to mix it up a little bit. Maybe even chess. Been attempting to play chess a little bit more often. We'll just see how it goes. Maze. Maze within a maze within a maze within a maze. This is a very large maze.
Turn back from this cave. You said, let me prove that I'm brave. Let me keep going. But the cave goes for miles and miles and miles. And you're so tired. But I know that you're strong. So turn back. Turn back.
And that was the beginner's guide. There's a lot to unpack there, but I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream now. For now, I'm gonna go and take a quick break for a little bit, and then I will be back in about, give or take 20-30 minutes, to continue back on the stream. So I believe right now it is just my one and only fiance, but anybody who does watch this back, hey, go ahead and feel free to subscribe, like. If you want to hit the notification bell, again, that just helps with YouTube algorithm to let you know, hey, I'm streaming. Again, this is about my 4th stream here. I'm trying to do this more often. So if you guys have any, yeah, we're gonna eat some nuggies. Yeah, we're gonna eat dinner. But yeah, no, if anybody has any recommendations, feel free to just put it down in the comments. Looking for other games to play. A little more often. Minecraft's not bad, but once you play enough of it, you kind of get tired of it. So, past that, thank you guys for watching. And if you can't watch through the whole live stream, great, awesome. If not that, I'm going to go ahead and cut this videos up, hopefully, and post them a little bit individually there. So, yeah, bye now.